Hello everybody and welcome into another video. My name is Trisha and on today's video I'm going to show you a speed build of my Sunlit Plateau marketplace. I absolutely love how this turned out. It is so cute. I even put a little antique shop in there, like a little thrift shop, and that was probably the funnest I've ever had building something. We did this on stream, so you're going to see Tucker Cam in the right hand corner, but enjoy this speed build and I'll show you a walkthrough at the end. For this build, I knew I wanted to use Scar's area. I haven't really done anything over here since we got Scar, so I just pretty much started with a completely blank slate. Once we got the Rift in time and we got those amazing stalls, I knew for sure I wanted to put a market somewhere, and I love that I tucked it back here. I made a ton of market stalls and these clay jugs. They're so good. I love the clay jugs and the little baskets. You can kind of just set them everywhere and they look amazing. The first thing I usually do with any build is I look at either pathing or greenery, and I knew in this one I really wanted to cover up those bones. Unfortunately, we can't remove them. They are there. So I wound up using these really large bamboo, they're like a bamboo wall, and they did an amazing job at covering that entire back portion so that you can't see the bones at all. And then I just go through my inventory and just grab out anything I think might work in a marketplace area. So tons of stalls, baskets, lots of plants, all kinds of random stuff. And I just kind of throw it on the ground and organize it later. I was making my way to Scrooge's shop because I knew I needed to buy stuff, but I have a little stall next to his shop and I was kind of just looking at it to get inspiration for this other build. I knew I wanted to buy that fabric thing that has all the fabric hanging on it, and I picked up just a bunch of other random stuff I thought might look good. I'm really glad I got those red panda statues because they wind up looking really, really nice at the entrance, and I haven't really used those anywhere else in my valley. I think I have some in front of Remy's house, but they look so nice over here. And I decided that this first stall should kind of be a plant shop. I start to kind of put stuff in there, but we'll work on it again in a little bit. You can see I put the red pandas in the front. I love the way they look. I started just grabbing stuff out that I thought looked like a cool vintagey market, and the oil lamps are one of my favorite new lights that I have, and I've been using those a lot in my builds, so I flanked the entrance with those, and now I'm just getting out tons of plants and random, like I said, I start grabbing out the most random stuff, but in the end it all winds up coming together and looking so nice. But this first stall is going to be a plant stall, and I love that you can put stuff on this blue stall. You can put so many items on it. So I just layered a ton of plants on it, and so it looks like a little plant shop, and I love it. The vine wall, I really wanted to go behind here, and I do kind of make it work. I think it's a cute little backdrop to the little plant store, and I just start layering all kinds of plants and stuff around it, and it's one of my favorite little stalls that I did in this whole area. Behind there, I needed to cover the backside of those walls, which I kind of did, but you'll see later I fix it to where it looks even better than that. Working on the other side, I had a little bit of trouble on the right side. I wanted to cover those bones again, and I wasn't sure exactly what to put. So, what did I grab? A vine wall. They're so nice and tall, and now you can't even tell that there were bones there at all. So now I'm just getting out a few trees, and I wanted to try and cover up those dead trees in the corner, but none of these trees were really working. But these dune trees are really great. You can layer them really closely, and it allowed me to get them a little bit back further, and I covered up those dead trees with them. I added another stall right here, and behind it I put this new partition that I got. It's a Lion King item. It's one of my favorite items. I've been using it everywhere, but it looks so good in this area. And then the new little tea place with the little table and the cushions, I knew I wanted to make a tea stall, so I started layering that in. I come back to this one later, but I was just kind of getting started over there. I like to bounce around and move whenever I feel like I'm stuck. I just move to a new area, and I think that helps me. Now, this stall on the left where I just put the archery set changes so much, but in the end, it winds up being my favorite stall. The archery set doesn't wind up staying there, so don't worry. My main goal with all of my builds lately has been to not cover up my mining spots. If you're ever in stream with me and you see me covering a mining spot, please yell at me because I keep trying to cover them. And so I made myself a pathway, lined it with some plants, and I would just keep that open. I wouldn't accidentally put anything in front of it. I really like these tropical wood floors as well. So I use those as kind of an entrance to our entire area. I thought about covering all of the ground with it, but in the end decided just making it the entrance. Here I am adding that second tea set, and now this area is kind of like coming together. It's a little stall where you can sit and have tea. I put a ton of little baskets at the entrance and then use these new bamboo chairs as kind of a middle area. I wasn't sure what to do here, but I thought it might be nice to have a little seating area for people to relax. And so that's what I wound up putting in the middle. I really wanted to make this fabric go underneath this tent, but it won't fit because it's too tall. The trick to making it look like it fits is to put it slightly behind, but since I have all those bamboo trees back there, I had to just kind of tuck it off to the right, and I actually like it over there better. And now I start working on this left stall. At first, I really wasn't sure. I was just like throwing some random stuff in there. I have that globe in there. I thought this little camera looked really kind of cool. And this is when things started to come together where I was like, okay, this stall is going to be like a thrift shop. It's going to have all those random vintage items that I don't know where to put in the game. They wound up going here and I love it. It wound up being my absolute favorite stall. I put an eclectic little grouping of tables because you see that when you're at a thrift shop. There's all these different kinds of tables. And then I just started layering all kinds of stuff on top of them. And it turns out so cool. I also found this lamp. Y'all, if this is not the perfect place for this lamp, I don't know what is. I have been wondering how am I going to use this random lamp in the game, and it fits that thrift market perfectly. Moving on to the right one, I did add a bunch of books and decided that could be like a used bookstore. And I decided I should add some lamps to this area because it's just kind of dark before you go into the Forgotten Lands. So I added a couple lamps, and now the finishing touches always a greenery, just tucking in these little pieces of greenery wherever I feel like they need to go. I love the new stuff. You guys have heard me say it before, but I love the new underbrush. So I'm just looking around, seeing where I can tuck in a little leaf here and there, and I think that really finishes off the build when it looks like there's just nature taking over here and there because it looks like it has been here for a long time. Like this market has been here for, 20 years. And yeah, I love it. The final touch to this area is fixing that backside of the vine walls. I wound up using those tall trees again. They look perfect and they hide it just like I wanted. And then I start adding in a few more of like cactus items because I think they look so good in the Sunlit Plateau. So I tried to use more of them wherever I could. I had to show you guys this area at sunset because I didn't realize these fountains have a little bit of a light to them. So I guess the sand kind of glows and it looks so pretty. But let's do a little walkthrough of my area right here. I really like how the entrance turned out. These little oil lamps are my absolute favorite item right now. They're the Beauty and the Beast oil lamps, and I just love them so much. And I figured out a use for these statues. I like how they flank the entrance. And as you go into our little market, we have our plant shop here on the left. This turned out really nice, just a nice place to buy some plants. We've got all of our baskets. I feel like every market has all these baskets for sale all the time. And then Scrooge is checking out our little tea shop. I left this kind of open. I feel like I could probably add more to this later, but these stalls are just so good. Look at the fabric hanging on the sides of them. They add so much to this area already. It does get a little dark when you go in here because the Sunlit Plateau is bright and beautiful. And then as you go into the market, you get that like dreary weather that starts to come in before you hit the Forgotten Lands, but I tried to add a few lamps to add light. I might figure out some other ways to add light as well, but we've got our little tea cart over here, place to sit. Everybody's shopping for books. Hello. They're all in here doing some book shopping. I love all the characters like books. Have you guys noticed that? It's not just Belle, like every character, if there's a stack of books, they will just go stand and stare at it. But here's our little book stand. It turned out really, really cute. And then this, like I said, oh, look at Jack Skeleton sitting here. I love the way he sits, how he just like looks like he's thinking. Oh, so cute. This is my little thrift shop antique stall, and this is like my favorite part of this entire build. I just had so much fun putting all these little pieces in here and just finding all these random things I don't use in any build anywhere, like this little telephone and the rusty fan. All of it fits this area so nicely, and also this lamp. Like I had no clue what to use this lamp for, but you would definitely see a lamp like this in a thrift shop. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little speed build video. Like I said, we did this on stream. So if you ever want to stop by and see what we're doing on stream, we have a lot of fun building things and doing dream snaps. I try to stream a couple days a week, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you like these types of videos, make sure you give it a like and let me know in the comments below what you think of my Sunlit Plateau market. Have you done anything like this with the market stalls from the Rift of Time? I think these items are so good. I love them. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.